Salespeople, you're being held back. You already know that. And you think you know what is actually holding you back. But what you don't know is that you're wrong. Right now on this brand new episode of The Best Show in Auto, I'm here to tell you what's really holding you back from selling more cars. Hit that share button and tell everybody, tell them all that Lopes, you know what it is, my man. That Lopes is live.
Now for the hundreds watching live and the millions around the world that wish they could be here. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready for Live with Lopes.
What up, guys? It's Gary Vee, and it's time to get more frank. Frank, where are you? Hey everybody, Eric Hall here with Classic Chevrolet, and it's time to get more frank.
Live from the headquarters of Strong30 Automotive Solutions, broadcasting from the Cars.com studio, it's the best show in auto, Live with Lopes, where we help you improve your performance, fulfill your mission, and earn more commission. Here's creator and host, Frank Lopes.
Oh yes, my brothers and sisters, my friends, thank you so much for being here this evening, and welcome to another brand new episode of The Best Show in Auto, Live with Lopes. I hope that you're all doing well. I trust that you are all doing well. And once again, thank you. Thank you so much for being here with us this evening. There are salespeople all over the country at dealerships everywhere, coast to coast, import, domestic, does not make a difference. City, rural areas, man, in the suburbs, that are all struggling. They all have something that is holding them back. From all of my years of being in this business, all of my years of me doing what I do, it keeps coming down to the same things that are holding salespeople back. And when we talk about these things, one-on-one meetings or during Strong30 training or whatever, when we talk about these things, I'll be honest with you, I don't make a lot of friends. I just don't, because I speak the truth. But you want to know what? I got a lot of people that appreciate exactly what it is that I tell them, how I tell them, and that I speak the truth to them each and every single time. I ain't here to make friends. I'm not here to win no popularity contest. I quite honestly, I don't care if you like me or not. It makes no difference. You don't have to like me. But what you got to do, if you want to grow, if you want to learn, if you want to get to that next level that you all talk about all the time, because it sounds like such a good thing to say on Clubhouse, if you all want to get to that next level, these are the things that are really holding you back. Here's the truth. What's really holding you back from selling more cars? Let's kick it off. Number one, my friends, what's really holding you back from selling more cars is you lack discipline. For the record, let's be totally straight about what it is exactly that I'm talking about when I say discipline, because so many of you have this perception in your mind from being a little kid in school when your teacher said, you know that Scotty, he just lacks discipline. This is a whole different thing. Okay, I'm not talking about you standing on line to go to the bathroom. I'm not talking about you, making the fart noises with your hand. I'm not talking about you doing that in the back of the class. No, I'm talking about discipline. For the record, the definition of discipline: doing what needs to be done, when it needs to be done, how it needs to be done, and the kicker, whether you want to do it or not. And that last part, whether you want to do it or not, it's the last part that says it all. Let me just be totally straight with you. None of you fell asleep last night and then mysteriously woke up this morning at the dealership, fully dressed, shaved, all groomed up, looking all good. I can guarantee, I bet every dollar I got, that did not happen to anybody who's watching the show right now. That did not happen to anybody who's not watching the show right now. That didn't happen to anybody, period. Okay? Each and every single one of you, you woke up in your bed. You intentionally got up and went, did what you did in the morning and then went to the dealership. And you went there to help people buy cars so that you could earn a commission. But friends, for that to happen, there are actions that each and every one of you need to take to make that actually happen. So now let me ask you a question, okay? Let me ask you a question. What the hell happened? Really, what the hell happened? You didn't mysteriously just wind up at the dealership. You went there with intention. You went there with a purpose in mind. You went there literally. You went there, you got up. Of all the things that you could have done today, all the places you could have gone, all the people you could have went to see, you chose, heavy emphasis and hit on the word chose. You chose to go to the dealership and do some work and sell some cars and make some money. What the hell happened? What happened? Now look, I didn't watch you all day long, okay? I don't got no spy camera in your showroom pointed at your desk watching you. And to be quite honest, there's 120 people watching this show live across 15 different channels right now. And you know what? I don't know you all personally. But I'll bet every dollar I got, you spent more time screwing off than doing what it is that you needed to do. And you know why? Because you lack discipline. We think that discipline's a negative word. We think that it's a bad thing because our teachers would call our parents when we were little, right? And say, oh, Lancey is such a nice boy, but he just lacks discipline. But now, 20 years later, 30 years later, some of you 40, 50 years later, now you're the bad kid. Now you're the kid, you're the person that the teacher was talking about, but you're an adult form because the definition of discipline changed as you became an adult. But guess what? You still are not doing what it is that you need to do, when you need to do it, how you need to do it, whether you want to do it or not. Friends, we're all adults. Okay, everyone that's on here, I love how I can see how many people are watching like all the time. I love how after I just went through that rant, about 20 people just disappear. Like, man, I don't want to listen to this guy. I don't want to listen to him. Oh no, I got discipline, man. I got no problem with discipline. I got no problems with discipline, man. Come on. Come on. If you don't know what to do, you can learn, okay? If you don't know how to do it, you can learn. If you don't know when to do it, you can learn. But most of you all say that you know how to sell cars. Frank, I don't need no training. I don't need no help. I'm a professional. I know how to sell cars. I know how to generate customers. Then you're out of excuses. Then it's the last part. You just don't want to do what you need to do, when you need to do it, how you need to do it, and you cannot get past the whole whether you want to do it or not. My friends, discipline is the foundation. Discipline is the key. Discipline is what makes things happen. If you want to get in shape, if you want to save money, if you want to grow a business, if you want to sell more cars, you need discipline. You need to do what you need to do, when you need to do it, how you need to do it, and most importantly, whether you want to do it or not. If you can't grow up, if you can't bring yourself to the point of doing what it is that you need to do, whether you want to do it or not, 5-Car Freddy, guess what? Stop going on Clubhouse and talking up crap. Stop going and telling everybody how you used to sell this and you used to do that and all this crap. Stop talking about how you're going to get to the next level the next year. discipline is exactly what you need. Let me tell you something right now. The best show in auto is now on 7 nights a week. That's right, 7 nights a week, my friends. The live show on each and every single Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern. That's what you're watching right now, right? And then the relives every Tuesday through Sunday evening at 8 p.m. Eastern time. The best show in auto, Live with Lopes, brought to you by Cars.com, now on 7 nights a week. Let's move on to number 2. It's your negative mindset. And this is what does it. This was what holds salespeople back. Tied with number 1, what we just talked about before, your lack of discipline. But your lack of discipline and your negative mindset, they go like this. They lock in hand. And you know what they do? They pull you down. The negative mindset in salespeople shows up so many different ways. Just in the last week, a couple of them that I've seen. Number 1, thinking that you know it all, thinking that there's nothing to learn, thinking that you can't learn anything from your manager, anybody that's on social media, you can't learn anything. You know why you can't learn anything? Because in your mind, you think you know it all. Let me tell you something right now. The best of the best. I'm talking about world record holders. I'm talking about the number 1 people in your district, in your zone, in your state, of your brand, in the whole country. Guess what? If you go up to any of those top performers and if you ask them if they know it all, they're going to look you dead in the eye and they're going to laugh. It's exactly what they're going to do. They're going to look at you and they're going to laugh and they're going to go, son, I don't know it all. Absolutely not, man. I've been doing this for X amount of time, and guess what? I learn something new each and every single day. And that is what makes them number 1. As soon as you think you know it all, you got to start getting your thinking checked because, friends, you're way, way off. That's one way. The second way, sizing up each and every single customer, prejudging and pre-qualifying. And this is a classic. Looking at the guy that pulls up in the beat-up pickup truck, getting out with the dirty boots, the dirty jeans, the ripped-up T-shirt, right? The ball cap backwards or the dirty cowboy hat or whatever. Or the people that pull up in the hoopty, or the older people that pull up in like the 86 Grand Marquis, and you're like, man, this guy's got no money. This guy's got bad credit. This guy ain't gonna buy nothing. Or the customer that comes in with the pocket protector and the cell phone on the belt clip and the clipboard and stuff like that, and going, man, this guy just thinks this is a library, man. We ain't doing nothing. Let the green pea take. Hey, green pea. Hey, oh, green pea, man. Hey, there's an up outside. Come on, go on out there. Go get him. Go get him there, Tiger. Go get him. And you know what happens? Tiger goes out there and gets himself a car deal each and every single time. Because sizing up customers, prejudging and pre-qualifying, friends, you don't know. If you knew, okay, if you could pre-qualify to that point, if you could prejudge to that point, you wouldn't be selling cars. You'd be picking horses. You'd be like picking stocks. You would be something that would be like making you and a whole lot of other people a lot more money than selling cars. That's another one. Another, thinking that your manager is a complete idiot and not listening to him or her. Now, look, I'm not going to say that every manager is Einstein. I'm not going to say that every manager even deserves to be a manager. But you want to know what? When you just have that negative mindset that you're not going to listen to what any of them say, you wind up not listening to what anybody says. Friends, your negative mindset. I'll give you another one. Blaming all of the uncontrollables. Blaming all of the things that nobody can control, making excuses that nobody can do anything about, and saying that that's what's holding you back. Friends, I've heard them all. Just in the last couple of weeks, I wrote a few down. Let me tell you the ones that I've heard just in a few weeks. Inflation, interest rates, too many cars in stock, too much inventory, too little inventory. How about this one? How about the debt ceiling? It's too low. It's too slow. It's too busy. The leads are bad. The leads are too good. We don't have the cars. We have too many cars. Man, blaming everything else, all that is just a complete waste of time. And all that shows is that your negative mindset is completely has you under control. You are being controlled by your negative mindset. And your negative mindset is really, really killing you. This is something that we talked about in Strong30 Training today with a few different dealers. Your negative mindset is killing you because of something that's called emotional contagion. And emotional contagion is the way it's basically, it could be put down in a very similar example of, have you ever met somebody that when you meet them, they're smiling and they're happy, and then all of a sudden you start to feel happier and you start to smile right along with them, and you have no idea why? That's because people's emotions and their attitude and their mindset, it's contagious. It's as contagious as like a cold. So when you walk around with a negative mindset, when you blame the Republicans or the Democrats or the Libertarians, if you blame interest rates too high, too low, inventory too high, too low, you blame the debt ceiling, you blame Biden, you blame Trump, you blame Jesus, guess what? Your customers pick that up from you. They pick up that negativity. And then all of a sudden, they got a party to go to. Oh my God, we're late for dinner. We're late for our dinner reservations. It's 2:45 in the afternoon. They just want to get the hell away from you. You say, man, this guy lied to me, telling me you got dinner reservations. It's 2:45. Bah, bah, bah. That should be a major signal, my friends, that your customers want to get the hell away from you. Clean up that mindset. Stop blaming everything else. Stop blaming everyone else. Just stop all that and focus on the one thing that you can control, which is yourself. It's always yourself. And that negative mindset, all that's going to do, my friends, is just bring you down. We've hit 2. Let's keep it going. We are up to number 3. What's really holding you back from selling more cars? Once again, ain't going to make a lot of friends with this one, but I guarantee you're going to appreciate what I'm about to say. It's lack of follow-up. 100%, it is lack of follow-up. Friends, let me put this into some other terms besides just the F word, right? That everybody in automotive sales, for some reason, absolutely despises and hates. You would think that salespeople firmly believe in their heart that they will die if they do follow up. But friends, let me put this into very, very simple terms, okay? You don't put in the work. You do not put in the effort. I know salespeople, and I'm not talking about one here or one over there. I'm talking about a whole bunch, okay? More than I can count, more than I can remember. I'm talking about salespeople. I know salespeople, 5 years in the business, still depending on floor traffic and still depending on BDC for customers and complaining about both of them. I know salespeople 8 years in the business. How about 10, 12, 15? I've met some 22 years in the business. How about 20 years, not just in the business, but at the same dealership, still depending on ups, still depending on BDC, still depending on getting some cheese every so often, just to survive. My friends, after 5 years, half of your business should be only half of your business should be fresh business. The other half should be repeat and referral business. After 8 years, only a quarter of your business should be coming from fresh business. After 10 years, man, you should be 100%. Robert, my friend, Robert put up 48% of us never follow up anymore. Robert, I recently did the research on this and I found it, okay? And I have to tell you the God's honest truth, my friend Robert, you're wrong. It's not 48% of salespeople don't follow up. It's not, okay? It's not. It's 78%. 78% of salespeople perform no follow-up whatsoever. 98% of salespeople perform no follow-up whatsoever after the initial. They make one call or one text message or one email to make sure that everything is okay, mostly to make it so that when the survey comes, this is on new cars, when the survey comes from the factory and there's that line right there that says in the survey, that question that says, has anyone from the dealership reached out to you to make sure you were satisfied or if you had any questions, they make one call, send one text message or one email just so that the customer can check, yes, somebody reached out to me. After that, 98% of salespeople, nothing. Absolutely nothing. And we walk around and we wonder why so many salespeople are still having to live off of ups. It's because of follow-up. My friends, with each and every single unsold showroom visit needs to be followed up immediately. I'm talking about the text message should be sent before they're even back on the street, driving on the street again. And then unsold showroom follow-up should be followed up with unsold showroom visits. See, I get like all pumped up about this. My words even get all mixed up, right? Every unsold showroom visit should be followed up with every single day, at least one time a day until that customer buys or dies. Friends, I know that's old school, but guess what? This ain't no old fool talking. I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you straight, and I'm telling you exactly what it is that works. Every sold customer needs to be followed up with. They need to be contacted at least once a month, okay? At least once a month. Text message is always the best way to do your follow-up. Always. Just send a text message. Just send a text message just to check in, just to see if everything is okay, to see if they need service. Yes, I know. You sell cars, Badger. I don't fix cars or sell them. Good for you. You want to keep in contact with your customers? You want to be of value to the customers? See if they need service, right? And then, of course, to ask if they know anybody who's looking for a vehicle and if they would be so kind to send them your way. I know it's old school. Okay? I know that it's a slow-moving process. I know that you don't do your sold customer follow-up each and every single month and sell 20 cars a month right out of the gate. I know that, okay? But guess what? The first time you go to the gym, you don't come out of the gym and walk out of there and you're like 3 times the size bigger and you're all buff and ripped and you're like, oh, look at me. I only worked out for an hour and I'm a monster with your tight pants. No. Come on, man. It's a process. It takes time. It's a slow burn daily. You employ that discipline and you do it each and every single day. And then you know what happens? A day will come, literally a day will come where you'll be using this thing for a lot more than just to watch TikToks. You'll be using this thing because it'll be ringing and buzzing all day long with your customers contacting you, asking you for advice, sending you their brother, their sister, their neighbor, the other parents at soccer or at cheer or at whatever, sending you people to buy. It ain't sexy, okay? It ain't fancy. Yes, follow-up is old school, but guess what? It is effective. It is old school, but you won't be an old fool for doing it, okay? It ain't sexy, but man, your bank account is going to be really excited that you actually do it. My friends, just flat up, just going to tell you the truth, okay? These are the things that need to be done. Follow-up is one of, if not The biggest thing that you can do each and every single day that absolutely will bring you a return. Friends, when you sell a car to somebody, your job isn't done, okay? When the delivery's done, your job has just begun, because after that, follow-up kicks in, and generating 2, 4, 8, 12 customers from one car deal, that's what your goal is. Your goal is not to sell one car to one person. It's to sell 4, 8, 10, 12 cars through one person over a sustained period of time. That's the way the pros do it. That's the way you need to do it as well. The final word, my friends, the final word on this brand new episode of The Best Show in Auto, live with Lopes, brought to you by Cars.com. The final word is one word this week. That's it. Sometimes it's 3, sometimes it's 5. This week it's 1. It's you. Y-O-U. You are the final word. And the whole thing tonight, if you haven't figured it out yet, the real reason why you're stuck and can't sell more cars is you. It's not the market, okay? It's not the leads. It's not the economy. It's not the friggin' debt ceiling. It isn't any of those things. It's you. The real reason is you. It's your lack of discipline. It's the fact that even at 25, 35, 45, 65 years old, you still will not do what you need to do when you need to do it, the way you need to do it, whether you want to do it or not. You still will not employ basic discipline for yourself to grow and sell more cars. It's also the reason that your discipline is off is because your attitude is off. Your attitude is bad. You're being negative, man. You got a negative mindset, and that is spreading out to all of your customers. Not only that, it's spreading out to everybody that you touch, everybody at the dealership, everybody at home, everybody that you interact with. You're walking around thinking that you know it all. There's nothing else to learn. And guess what? There is so much more to learn, 5-Car Freddy. There is so much more to learn, 6-Car Steve. There's so much more to learn, 7-Car Sally, because you say you want to get to the next level, okay? But your mindset and your lack of discipline are holding you back. Last but not least is the F word. Not that F word. Okay, the show here is PG. Not that F word. I'm talking about follow-up. Seriously, I am talking about follow-up. Follow-up is the foundation. It is the key to longevity in this business. Following up, first of all, following up with every unsold customer until they buy or die. And then following up at least one time a month, reaching out to every single one of your previous customers at least one time a month so that you stay top of mind, so that you become their car guy, so you become their car gal, so that each and every single time they think of anything that has to do with their vehicle or a vehicle, they call you. And that's exactly what you want to happen each and every single time. But it doesn't happen if they forget you and if you don't follow up. My friends, if any, and not only that, I'm talking about friends, family, anybody like that. If somebody that you know buys a car from somebody else, is it their fault? No, it's your fault. And it's your fault because you didn't remind them that you were in the car business. And then you see these people at like a 4th of July picnic and they're like, hey, wait a minute, I just bought a car. You sell cars, don't you? Oh man, hey, you want to take a look at it? You think I got a good deal? And you're like, it's your fault. It's not their fault, it's your fault. Everything comes down to you. And the reason that you're not growing is your fault. Friends, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much to our sponsors, Cars.com and Car Now. And we'll catch you all week long on the relives. Thank you so much for watching The Best Show in Auto, live with Lopes, brought to you by Cars.com. We'll see you next Monday, 9 p.m. Eastern, for the next live show. Love you guys so much. Hey, get out of your own way. It's your discipline that's messing you up, okay? Fix it. See you next week.